guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new video. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. So let's get to the first story. Am I wrong for telling my sister she doesn't deserve her husband? I, 27 female, got into a huge fight with my sister, 30 female, last week, and honestly, I can't tell if I was out of line or not. My sister's been married to her husband, Mike, 32 male, for about 5 years. They also have a little boy who's 3. Mike is seriously one of the nicest, most hardworking people I've ever met. He works long hours to provide for their family, and on top of that, he still comes home, cleans the house, and takes care of their son. The problem is, my sister doesn't seem to appreciate any of it. She doesn't work, she doesn't clean, and she barely spends time taking care of their kid. Most days, she just lounges around watching TV or scrolling on her phone. It's not just a lack of effort. She constantly makes fun of Mike in front of other people, like at family gatherings or parties. She'll joke about how he's too uptight or can't sit still because he's always cleaning up or organizing. She acts like it's funny, but I can see how much it hurts him. He tries to laugh it off, but you can see on his face. He's miserable. I think he stays for their son, and because he's the kind of guy who would never just walk away from his family, but it's obvious the situation is wearing him down. The breaking point came at family dinner last weekend. We were all sitting around, and Mike got up to clear the table after everyone had eaten. My sister made another one of her stupid jokes about how he can't even sit still long enough to enjoy dinner. Everyone kind of chuckled, but I just snapped. I told her in front of everyone that she didn't deserve Mike. I said she treats him like garbage while he does literally everything for her and their son. I said she should be ashamed of herself for how little she contributes and for constantly making fun of the man who works so hard to keep their family together. The room went dead silent. My sister's face went bright red. She started to scream at me, calling me jealous and bitter. See, I knew that was going to happen. When you just know what's going to happen? I knew that was going to happen. And saying I have no idea what I'm talking about because I'm not married, she stormed out, and my mom immediately started yelling at me for airing dirty laundry in front of the whole family. Afterwards, my younger brother quietly told me that he agreed with what I said, but that I shouldn't have done it so publicly. Now, my sister isn't speaking to me, and my mom thinks I owe her an apology, but I just can't shake the feeling that someone needed to stand up for Mike. I know I might have been harsh, and maybe I should have handled it differently, but I just couldn't sit there and watch her embarrass him again. So, am I wrong? I don't think she's wrong, because I hate when somebody is being mistreated and the entire in-laws just sit there and watch. It's so disrespectful. But at the end of the day, I knew she was going to say that, oh, you're jealous and that you're bitter and you're just upset that you're not married. I just knew she was going to say some dumb stuff like that. That's what women say. Anytime you tell them to leave their raggedy man, that's what they tell you. Anytime you tell them to be nice to the man that they're with, that's what they tell you. So, I don't know. I learned a long time ago to stay out of married people business. Am I wrong for breaking up my engagement with my fiancé because of his creepy comments towards my 14-year-old sister? I, 20 female, am in a tough situation, and I'm not sure if I'm overreacting, so I need some outside perspectives. I've been with my fiancé, Charles, 35 male, for about 2 years. Wait, she's 20 and he's 35. They've been together for 2 years. So she was 18 and he was 33? What does a 33-year-old grown adult see in an 18-year-old fresh out of high school? Okay. Anyways. And everything seemed fine until recently. A few weeks ago, my 14-year-old sister, Amy, came to stay with us for just a few days while our parents were out of town. During her stay, I started noticing some really unsettling things. At first, I thought I was imagining it, but Charles started making comments that made me feel incredibly uncomfortable. He would call her so hot and would say things like, "You're going to turn heads when you're older, and you've got such a body on you already." The worst part was when he said, "I'd be jealous if I were your boyfriend. Every guy would be looking at you soon." I tried to ignore it at first, but it kept happening, and I began to feel sick to my stomach. Then one evening, I overheard him telling a friend on the phone, "Amy's got that look now. It's like she's starting to bloom." It was honestly one of the creepiest things I've ever heard. I felt like I was losing my mind, and I just knew I couldn't stay in the relationship anymore. I confronted him about his behavior, and he immediately got defensive. He denied it and said I was being paranoid and that I should trust him. He insisted that he was just being nice and that I was overreacting. I didn't care. I packed my things, broke up the engagement, and moved back in with my parents. Now my friends and some family members are telling me I overreacted. They say I should have talked it out with him, but I don't see how that would have changed anything. So, am I the a-hole for breaking up with my fiancé because of his creepy comments towards my little sister? I mean, clearly your fiancé likes them young, you know? He was 33 and you were 18. And you guys probably knew each other before that. So he was an adult man looking at a minor with different lens. Clearly he likes young girls. I don't understand why she's so shocked. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, as a 24-year-old woman right now, like, what do I have in common with some 18-year-old that just got out of high school? Just because it's legal doesn't mean it's morally right. Slavery was once illegal. Does that make it morally right? Like, people are weird. If the age of consent was 16, would you still be dating a 16-year-old? Okay, say it's 10 years old. Would you still be dating a 10-year-old? Anyways, I'm glad she came to her senses, though, you know? Okay, let's read the top comment. Not the a-hole. You didn't overreact. You dodged a major bullet. If your fiancé thinks it's nice to talk about a 14-year-old's body like that, then he can keep being nice somewhere else. Trust your gut. Creepy comments are never okay, and you don't owe him any more chances to make you uncomfortable. Good riddance. Exactly. If somebody's showing you red flags right now, take it as it is and leave, because it's just gonna get bigger and bigger, you know? Am I wrong for telling my girlfriend whatever helps you sleep at night when she was in denial about how much weight she had gained? My girlfriend and I have been together for 5 years now. She's currently unemployed and is very stressed. I can imagine things are very hard for her. She's turned to food to comfort and obviously has gained weight. This isn't my concern at all. I'm still very attracted and it doesn't bother me that much. However, one day she needed to go get some headshots done and went to CVS. We were on a video call one day and I asked her to show those photos. Well, yep, totally poker face. Her face looked very puffy. She had no makeup on. Her cheeks looked very red and round, and you can clearly see the sheer impact of the weight she's carrying on her body. In person, I tried not to pay too much attention to this fact, but I could clearly see the difference from last time I saw her, probably because I've been on a project myself and haven't seen her for 2 months now. So she continues to deny that this photo looks like her because she feels like she looks too ugly and that camera angle was off, etc., etc. She kept asking me for reassurance on whether I think she actually looked like these photos. I don't feel comfortable answering that, and I said to her she shouldn't think too much, and if she isn't happy with her photos, I would recommend her to get professional headshots done with her makeup all done nicely as well. I honestly wanted to move on from her back and forth, and she kept saying how she doesn't look like the person she was in the photo, and it frustrated me after some point because she had been ranting for a solid 20 minutes now. I just blurted out, whatever helps you sleep at night. Maybe she needed to know she does look like the photo. She literally got clicked that day. Or maybe she'll stop talking about it altogether. Yes, ideally, I want her to lose weight and get more confident in her appearance, but I understand that couldn't be a priority right now. Next morning, when I woke up to a barrage of texts from her telling me she was hurt over what I said, then claiming she might just be overthinking things and didn't mean to tell me she was hurt and we should move on. There were also a bunch of deleted texts in between, which probably indicates from how much I've known about her are a code for her spiraling for me. She gets on some nights. What? I don't understand what that means. For example, when she feels irrationally upset at me, she will send me texts and then delete them later before I see. It can be confusing and exhausting for me, so I know last night wasn't easy on her emotionally. What do I do? Should I apologize or not? Am I the a-hole? I would just say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say anything, and just move on. Because sometimes arguing with people, knowing damn well that they just want to be dense for no reason, is exhausting, you know? I don't know. I think I'm just growing up. Like these days, if somebody wants to be in denial about the truth, I just say okay. So just say okay and move it on.